and tomorrow is the launch of Mortal Kombat 1, where a lot of people are going to be playing the game, and it's going to be the start of a lot of people's Mortal Kombat 1 competitive journey. So today, what I wanted to talk about is mentality. Mentality is the thing that separates the good from the great. It's the thing that separates, and helps you get from one level to the next and improve. Obviously, playing the game is something that's going to help, but there's different ways to go about it. And when it comes to competing, having a strong mentality is something that can really help you get the results that you're hoping to achieve. So today, what I wanted to talk about was having a improvement-based mentality over a results-based mentality. And what that is essentially judging yourself based off the time that you put in and your efficiency with that time instead of the results that you get. So a lot of people feel they need to judge themselves off every single time that they play the game. Every single time they pick up the controller, they're kind of putting their ego on the line. They're putting themselves on the line. The people they're playing, like, am I better than this person? Am I worse than this person? And I think that can be a little silly because a lot of time wins and losses can even be a bit arbitrary, as well as even some certain tournament results, because who you have to play to get in certain positions, like you may get a better placement than someone who's better than you because you just had an easier path, and vice versa. Sometimes you wouldn't have had to play as difficult opponents as someone else has, and you will lose earlier in the tournament. That doesn't mean you're worse than them, or doesn't mean that you wouldn't have had a better run if you had that person's particular path. What I'm saying is that a lot of wins and losses can be a bit arbitrary because people play people of different skill levels. So what I'm hoping for the future of your competitive journey is that you're going to judge yourself based off the time that you put in and not so much the results that you get on that time. Obviously, humans feel an innate need to win. People want to win. People turn on this game because they want to win the game. You're not going to sit there and lose over and over again and feel great and hunky-dory. I'm not trying to tell you to do that. What I am trying to tell you to do is that put the time in if you really want to get results. Play matchups that you don't like because they're hard and you struggle with them, and don't run away from them. Take the L's because you're going to learn from them. It's my personal belief, and I think a lot of people would share that you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. Because when you lose, you find out things that don't work and you can improve them. When you win, you just have things that you already know that worked out. And I know a lot of people who will run away from these difficult matchups or these things that they struggle with because they want to win right now. And people want to win right now so bad that a lot of times they'll hold themselves back from improving in the future and getting to that next level. And that's why I want you to judge yourself based off the time that you put in. Are you putting in, hours? Are you practicing? Are you labbing combos? Are you labbing situations? Are you playing, Combat League? Are you entering tournaments? And that's a good, segue into the next thing I want to talk about, is that if you are to judge yourself, and I think, if you are looking to improve, then you kind of need some scale to show, like, hey, I am improving, then a good way to do that is to judge yourself mainly off your tournament results. Don't judge yourself and get angry with losses in ranked, because those losses a lot of time can be a bit arbitrary in a lot of different ways. There's bad connections. You don't even know really who you're playing. You could be playing some Heidi account. You could be playing Ninja Killer's Heidi and getting upset, even though you're losing to someone who's probably better than you at the game. And this isn't to degrade you or make you feel bad. It's just that if you really want to get better, then the only way to really do that is to play more and get more efficient with their time. And what I mean by efficient with their time is, for example, if there's two people learning how to play guitar and one person has 3 hours of coached instruction, and there's a master guitarist and they're telling them how to play and what to practice and what they could do to, what notes and things like that. I really don't know how to play guitar, so this example. But compared to someone who gets a guitar and they play for 12 hours a day, but they have no instruction at all. Like, you can just sit there and play the guitar, but unless you understand how to improve and get better at playing the guitar, you can play it as long as you want and you're not going to get much better. So this is why being efficient with your practice, and something that could be good, especially for someone who likes to play ranked or likes to play against people a lot and doesn't like to sit in lab all the time, is when you are playing ranked is work on particular things. Say there's particular aspects of it. I want to work on, getting openings with this move. I want to work on my overhead low mix-ups. I want to work on implementing this cameo, in the new game. And doing that, you're going to improve at things that you want to improve at. And you may not necessarily get wins. You may have situations where you would have done something else, but you're working on this thing and you do that. And that is, in the long run, going to help you improve. And then also a good thing is to watch other players, not necessarily like watch players who play your character, but watch other players who are just good at the game and see what they do. Because you can learn a lot. Honestly, for my personal journey with Joker, I would not have been a fraction of the player if I didn't watch players like Titanium Tigers, like Mountain Dew Joker, like Jet Ring, like Sully, Aqua Verde. They all helped me a ton, and if I didn't learn lessons from them, from watching them or playing with them, that I wouldn't have been the player that I am today. And this is something that has helped me improve. Everything that I've talked about is I'm pretty good. I was pretty good at Mortal Kombat 11. I was pretty good. I'm pretty good at Super Smash Bros. Melee and even Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm not trying to say that I'm the best or great, but I've been able to improve a lot in various different games, and I pretty much use this mentality to help me get there. Now, I'm not perfect. You see me get salty. You see me get upset at random losses. When I'm not trying to tell you to be this stoic person who has no emotion when they lose. Just saying that if you can judge yourself based off the time that you put in, and don't judge yourself based off of your results, you will actually have an easier time improving. Because that's what it comes down to, is people who put in more time are going to be better generally. And then, like I said, they get more efficient with their time. Like someone like Sonic Fox, 2 hours to Sonic Fox is like 6 hours to the average player, because they just know how to improve at the game. They are able to understand it so quickly and so fast that they can improve faster than a lot of people. And as you play more and as you get more into the game, you can get like that. And you won't need to play so much. You won't need to put 8 hours a day in. You may only need to put 3 in to get the same amount of improvement that you did last year. And this is something that is going to help you reach that next level, is going to be able to help you become the player that you're hoping to be. And I really just don't want you guys to judge yourself so much on your losses, because there's going to be there's going to be times you play KL and you're going to lose, and someone's going to message you, oh, you're trash, or you're bad, you're going to get teabagged, you're going to lose in tournament, and someone's going to teabag you, and they're going to message in chat saying you're free. And you can't let that discourage you, because you're putting in the time to get better, you know what I mean? And if you're failing, that means you're trying, and if you're not failing, that means you're not trying. So you really judge yourself based off the time you put in the time, work on getting better at the game, work on getting more efficient, and you will see the results that you want to get. And I really look forward to everyone's competitive journey. For us, we're going to be hosting tournaments on Sundays, every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking for a way to judge your improvement and get that tournament practice, because that's another thing, is competing in tournaments is different than playing online. And if you think it's the same, then I don't think you're watching the same game as everyone else. I don't think you understand what's happening on the screen. It's different, because when there's something on the line, people are going to play different. I personally have an ability that it's kind of hard to tap into unless I'm playing in online, or unless not online, I'm competing. It's just that I want to work on things, and I play a little looser, I play a little bit more free, I play a bit more read heavy when I am playing friendlies, because it's just hard to always be taken seriously, and it's stressful too. If you're judging yourself off every game, every time you pick up a controller, it's like, am I good, am I bad? It's just going to be stressful, and it's really not going to be productive. So as I said, don't judge yourself too much. Enter tournaments if you really want to take things seriously. And that doesn't mean you can't take your calisthenics seriously, you can't talk your shit, you can't be happy if you beat someone. Do that, but at the end of the day, know that when you put the time in, that is what matters. If you're putting in that 6 hours a day, or however long, a couple hours a day to improve, that matters more than any particular win or particular loss. And I'm going to dive into another thing, is that no one win or loss is really going to affect your life at all. Like, at the end of the day, whatever result you get, your life is pretty much going to be the same. You know, maybe if you string some wins together and you can make some money and stuff, that might change your life a little bit. But no particular win or loss. Like, you're at the end of the day, things are still going to be the same. You're still going to have your life. You're still going to have your job. You're still going to have your family. You're still going to have your health. No win or loss is going to affect you in any sort of way. You're like, you know what I mean? So don't get yourself so riled up, because I see there's a lot of players who are essentially are playing 2v1. They're playing themselves and their opponent when their opponent is just playing them. And you know, people want to win so bad that they actively hold themselves back. They get like angry at certain things. Like, you see a lot of players, when they're streaming, they'll get mad at the previous interaction. They'll be talking about it and thinking, oh, well, this, oh, I got robbed, oh, I got screwed, oh, I got messed up. But then, you know, and then they lose the next interaction afterwards. So they allow it to snowball when it didn't need to. That was actually a sick combo, I'm sorry. I'm watching this one. I was like, wow, that's awesome. And it dropped it though. But yeah, like, stay focused on what's happening. You know, short-term memory. If you lose interaction, or if something happens that's jank or you don't like, just let it go. If you really want to, you can marker it and go back and watch it and review it. And that comes to another thing that's going to help you improve. This isn't necessarily mentality improve, is going back and watching your sets, watching your matches, and see what you did. Sometimes you really are just hanging yourself and putting yourself off to dry. You're doing things that are unsafe, or they just have an answer to it, but you keep repeating it over and over again. Or you're repeating a habit, you're repeating a movement habit, or you're doing kind of the same stagger over and over again, or you're doing the same string over and over again, and people are calling it out and getting used to it. So that's another thing, and that's a big reason why someone, again, like Sonic is so good, is their ability to adapt to their opponent and find habits. You know, that's why they, you know, were all pretty much able to beat Nicholas. I mean, it was an input error that costed it, but without really grinding the game. It's because of their ability to adapt on the fly and figure out what their opponent wants and is going to do. It's just insane. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. I appreciate y'all listening. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a sub to the channel. It really helps. I want to do more of these talk videos, and I plan on doing them more on Mortal Kombat 1. I don't think I got everything out, so I might make a second, you know, mentality video about this subject. I hope this helped. If it did, let me know what helped, and let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I'm not the best. I'm not some guru. I don't want to tell you what to do. So don't think, oh, you have to do this or you have to do that. If you want to judge yourself off every win and loss, go for it. You know, it's up to you completely. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.